The origin of the diamonds is one of the most guarded secrets in Steven Universe. It's one of the very few pieces of lore that Sugar and the Crewniverse will avoid talking about at all costs. And I believe it's because how the diamonds were made isn't as much of a big deal as the price that has to be paid for creating them. There are two facts about Gemkind that greatly contradict each other. These facts have been reiterated outside the source material, but given that they come from Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones-Cordy, I absolutely treat them as gospel. 1. Gems are technology, being once described as solar-powered robots, and 2. Humans were the first intelligent life that gems encountered. Intelligent life on the level of humans is a rarity in this universe. But if gems never encountered intelligent life prior to Earth, then what happened to their creators? Sorry to state the obvious, but technology has to be invented, and I don't think creatures like the spin-dashing blobby birds on Jungle Moon were the ones responsible for creating them. The diamonds and Gemkind as a whole had to have been created by another alien race. So what happened to those aliens? It's possible they still exist somewhere in deep space. Ian's wording seems vague enough to imply that other intelligent life could exist in the cosmos, they just haven't encountered gems and vice versa. But with gems spreading their empire across the galaxy, you'd think they would have encountered their creators eventually. Gems have highly advanced spaceships that can travel at light speed. You don't think whoever created them wouldn't have similar vehicles? A gem has just never bumped into their ships or any trace of life? It's possible they're laying low in another galaxy, or we could even have some weird time travel shenanigans afoot. But from the only glimpse we've been given of the diamond's origins, I believe that gems never encountered the aliens who created them because those aliens died when the diamonds were born. But before I elaborate, we need to pay some bills. As someone with ADHD, I'm not exactly a master of budgeting. Your boy doesn't have the best spending habits. Thankfully, that's where today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to save the day. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. I love using Rocket Money to cancel all the streaming services I used only once before completely forgetting about their existence. Rocket Money automatically makes a list of all your subscriptions so you can keep track of all of them in one place and cancel those you don't want anymore in just a few taps. They might even be able to get you a refund for some of the lost money. Something Rocket Money has that's really useful for me is the ability to create a customized budget within seconds. The app shows you where your money is going at all times and identifies top spending categories with insights on how you can stay within your budget better. It's a really great way to help me cut back on food delivery. Rocket Money also notifies you about upcoming charges and low balances to help you dodge the horrors of overdrafts and late fees. Last thing you want is a night out on the town where you notice how expensive everything is and check your bank account only to find that
there's no money in here!
Rocket Money has helped its members save up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features, and they've also helped members save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. They're seriously a game changer. Give Rocket Money a try today and unlock more features of premium by heading to rocketmoney.com/roundtable or click the link in the video description. Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring this video. To make a long story short, I think the most logical explanation behind the creator of Gemkind's absence is that their home planet and race were sacrificed in order to birth the diamonds. The redacted information about the diamond's emergence features an illustration of 4 gemstones emerging from a planet that split into 2. Despite the visual similarities, I'm not convinced that this planet is Homeworld. Originally, Steven Universe Future was going to feature Steven and presumably Lars discovering the birthplace of the diamonds, implying that it was in a location separate from Homeworld. Lars and the Off-Colors are currently exploring the rest of space, so it makes sense that they would have encountered this location in an area that they weren't in previously. The art book actually implies that Homeworld's current state is the result of a cosmic catastrophe with another astronomical body colliding with the planet, something I'm sure we'll learn about in Lars of the Stars. Back to the Kindergarten also revealed that it is nearly impossible to grow new life in areas that were impacted by gem creation. And although the populated areas of Homeworld are able to recover and grow plant life as seen in Future, despite their gigantic kindergarten, I feel like the amount of life force that it takes to create countless gems and their powerful leaders would crush any chance of the planet bouncing back. We can assume that the diamonds are made in the exact same way normal gems are, just on a larger scale, hence the existence of tools like the Mega Injector. I know the type Spinelli used was made to poison planets instead of creating gems, but you can imagine that there are injectors of various sizes for various tasks, like creating different types of gems. Diamonds are shown to function just like normal gems. They're even vulnerable to the same weaknesses and can be poofed. Nothing about them suggest that they were made from vastly different circumstances from your average gem. We can just infer that they demand more resources. Homeworld appeared to have scouted planets with the proper conditions to create gems, which seems to also be the conditions to host organic life. A kindergarten is terraformed on these planets, and within these kindergartens, injectors are used to implant gems into the ground, sucking up all the surrounding nutrients and life force from the planet to develop gems who pop out from the planet's crust after a short period of time. This process is incredibly damaging to the host planet. It's a death sentence, as absorbing all the minerals and nutrients from the area causes a chain reaction that ultimately drives the organic life on the planet into extinction once too many kindergartens become active. Here's the thing, all of that is just for regular gems who are a fraction of the size of the diamonds with a fraction of their strength and abilities. So imagine how much of a toll creating a diamond would have on a planet. Even the smallest diamond eclipses every non-fused gem in size, and they're all immensely powerful. It seems impossible to stand toe-to-toe with them, so I believe their development would be devastating for the body they're made on. I think you get the idea, but where did the creators come into play? Well, there's only so much we know about them, but given that gem kind, diamonds included, were programmed to invade and colonize planets, I assume their creators may not have been the greatest people, unless something just went horribly wrong when designing gems. So whether it was greed, a freak accident, an act of revenge, or something else entirely, the aliens who created the diamonds ended up losing their society, planet, and collective lives as a result. Maybe their planet was already in jeopardy and the gems were supposed to help them find a new home, but they either got betrayed or wires got crossed and they were left behind. Maybe they didn't realize the price of creating gems until after the diamonds emerged and struggled to save their planet, slowly dying out. Maybe their creator was a mad scientist who knew their creations would doom the planet, but was too dedicated to the cause and went down with the ship. I also just find it compelling for the sentiment of gems, taking life and leaving nothing behind, to be all the more literal for their creators, leaving only gems and humanity as the two most intelligent, non-animalistic life forms out in the cosmos. Either way, I think creating a diamond means surrendering an entire planet, which is why creating a new one would be a very bad idea. But it might be something on the horizon, as I covered in a video about why I think some rogue elite gems will try to create a new one enlarged with the stars. This is the cost of restarting the cycle that Steven worked so hard to break. It'd be going against all the progress Homeworld has made as a society over the past few years, inflicting pain on a planet that's likely full of all sorts of creatures that deserve to live in peace. Imagine if Lars and the Off-Colors do end up encountering alien life that's as advanced as humanity, only for their ops to swoop in and try to turn their planet into diamond food. God, I need this show in my life ASAP. But as always, I want to know what you guys think. What's your take on what happened to the creator of the diamonds? Let us know in the comments down below, and keep the conversation going over on Twitter and Instagram at AllTrickVox and at Roundtable Vids. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace.